To win over Shen Buyu, the poor campus beauty, I rented her my place at a low price. The less she wore, the lower I made her rent to tempt her. Humiliated, she went along with it. But good times never last. The real heir was found, and I was left penniless. Shen Buyu even bought the house at a high price. Before the mountain of luggage, I cautiously asked, "Can I still live here?" Of course. Her lips curved slightly, with a faint, elusive smile in her eyes. "Same as your old rent. 2,000 yuan a month. Wear shorts, and take 500 yuan off. No outerwear. Another 500 off." I was Beijing's famously unknown rich kid. Why unknown? Because I kept a low profile. I never flaunted my wealth. From elementary school through high school, once most people learned about my family, they suddenly became friendly with me. Before I knew it, I suddenly had 20 close female friends and 40 brothers, plus several childhood fiancés shorter than my leg. So in college, I kept my identity hidden. If nobody asked, I said nothing. If they did ask, I played dumb. That gave me a quiet, comfortable college life. Until a rich girl in my class, Zhaoyao, while showing off, shoved her phone in my face and confessed, "Like this car, date me, and I will buy it for you." I have never liked loud people who flaunt their money. I glanced at the photo and coldly refused. I already owned that car, only to were imported into the country. My family bought one, and the other would not be sold to her either. Pooh, are you trying to fool? Get with me, and you will skip 10 years of struggle. Got it. I had run out of patience. I really did not want to hear her ramble. I slammed my pen onto the desk. I hate rich idiots like you most. With that, I walked away without looking back. The class erupted in shocked murmurs. That night, inspired by that idiot Zhaoyao, I gathered my courage and confessed to the campus beauty too. "Shen Buyu, I like you. Will you be with me?" The typing indicator blinked on and off at the top of the chat. A few minutes later, she finally replied, "Why do you like me?" "Because I am poor." What? Why did I like Shen Buyu? Because she was gorgeous. Her family background never entered the equation. Besides, few families in Beijing could compare to mine. That was what I thought. So that was what I said. Obviously, because I like beautiful women. This time, Shen Buyu replied quickly, "I do not want to." I was not upset. I only became more determined. I replied with confidence, "Okay, wife. I am willing to be with you, even if you are not willing." I had heard of Shen Buyu long ago. We were not in the same class, but her impossibly perfect, computer-generated looking face was famous across campus. So, was her poverty. Rumor had it, she even delivered food on campus. Our first interaction was in an elective class. I used borrowing a meal card as an excuse to talk to her. She was still bleary-eyed then. She rubbed her eyes and stared at me blankly. That beautiful. She was practically tempting me. Lazily, she tossed a card onto the desk. I looked closely. Well, damn, why was it a black card? "Hey, I am borrowing a meal card." "Sorry, I am used to swiping a black card." As she spoke, she took out another meal card. This time, I accepted it. But when I stood at the register with that card, I remembered her words and felt embarrassed. "There are only 8 yuan on this card. That would not even cover an extra egg in my rice noodles." Back in class, I immediately transferred her the money, and I secretly added another 100 yuan. She looked at the amount, then at what I was holding. Her expression turned cold. "I am not a charity box. It is fine. Keep it." I gave her a saintly smile. I had already figured this beauty out. She was beautiful and poor. She even carried a fake black card around, and she was a little vain. I could control a woman like that with ease. When I learned Shen Buyu wanted to rent near campus, I had an agent list my small duplex online. Price negotiable. After a week, the fish finally bit. We arranged to discuss it at the house. Shen Buyu was not surprised to see me. She set down her bag and casually sat on the couch. "How much per month?" Without missing a beat, I named my price. 10,000 yuan a month alone, or 3,000 if you share the place with me. "There is a discount, but only if we share the place." "How much off?" I narrowed my eyes. My gaze fell on her beautiful long legs. "For example, if you wear only shorts at home, it is 2,000 a month." Shen Buyu looked at me, puzzled. "That is all." I patted her shoulder. "Even covering my living expenses is not easy. If my wallet is empty, at least my eyes deserve a feast. I am cutting you a break. Cut me one too." She seemed persuaded. She moved in that night. After a quick shower, she began hauling in her luggage. I sat nearby, eating a banana split and admiring her. Soon, I noticed something inappropriate, like her long pants. I tapped the table. "Did you forget to change into shorts?" Her busy figure stopped. Shen Buyu sighed and headed for the bedroom. I stopped her. "Change here." Shen Buyu froze. Her gaze sharpened as she stared at me. That look made me falter. Still, I forced myself to act like the landlord. "Change here. I will knock another 500 yuan off." "No need." She clenched her teeth, her face flushed. She slammed the bedroom door shut. Soon, it banged open again. Shen Buyu wore only a tank top on her upper body. The light traced her slender silhouette. I was stunned. She stared at me awkwardly, her face red to the tips of her ears. Every word came out with difficulty and shame. "If I stop wearing outerwear, Will that cover the other 500? Now that is what I call cooperative. Deal. I put down my banana split and clapped. That surprisingly cooperative girl took her laptop from her bag. The blush had not fully faded, but she sat on the couch with a cold expression. I scooted over and sat beside her. My eyes were fixed on her. She was even more pleasing up close. It made me blurt out, "You look delicious." What? I meant my ice cream. Shen fell silent, then suddenly raised her voice. "Watch it. Your ice cream is dripping on me." What a coincidence. I began talking nonsense. Shen rubbed her forehead helplessly. "Get a tissue." Only then did I see the mark on her stomach. I swallowed and seriously suggested, "Do not waste it. I will lick it clean for you." She blocked me with her hand, suddenly serious. Her words came faster. "Do not push it, Fang's you." I had never introduced myself to her, yet she knew my name. I pouted, embarrassed. "Sorry. Fine. That was a little forward. But if she would not let me lick it, I would reward myself another way. I was as nimble as a mountain monkey. No one could control me. So I cleverly dodged the hand she held out for the tissue. I successfully felt her waist through the tissue. Shen coughed awkwardly. She turned her face away. "Be gentler." "Okay." That was what I said, but my hand unconsciously pressed harder. The tissue was still too thick. It ruined the feel of her waist. I sneaked several glances at Shen planning to remove the tissue when she was not looking. But Shen suddenly stood up. "Forget it. I will just shower." I had no choice but to stop. After all, there was plenty of time. I watched her leave reluctantly. Only when I heard running water did it hit me. Wait. Had she not just showered? By the time she had showered and finished moving in, it was late. I could only go sadly to bed. I had an 8 o'clock class. At dawn the next morning, Shen rode her little electric scooter to class. It was a beat-up scooter covered in tape. I had promised to keep our living arrangement secret, so half an hour after she left, I leisurely set off on my brand new electric scooter. A supercar sped past me. Then it slowed with its hazard lights on, until it was beside me. Zhaoyao rolled down her window and shouted, "Fang's you. Quit riding that junk scooter and get in my car." I silently rolled my eyes. When Zhaoyao saw I was ignoring her, she pulled her car right across my path. I slammed on the brakes. Luckily, I was not going fast. I only wobbled. "Are you insane?" Zhaoyao remained wrapped up in her own world. "Why cling to that poor man's pride? Do you not know it is the most useless thing? I am offering you a good thing, and you will not take it." As she spoke, she gave a coy little smile to herself. "Then I suppose I will just be with Lin Jin. He is the young master of Fang International now." I gave a scornful smile. Lin Jin was Fang International's young master. Then who was I? Just as I was about to fire back, my phone chimed with a message. I opened it. It was from my stepfather. "Family dinner this weekend at Heiress restaurant. Your mother will be there too." My mood immediately lifted. I twisted the throttle and deliberately scraped Zhaoyao's car. Now she was the one panicking. "What are you doing? Are you blind? Can you afford to pay for the damage?" "Mission accomplished. Give me your number." She gave me the number, looking me over. "You want to pay? Do you even have money? I sent you 30,000 yuan. Now get lost." I waved my phone at her. I rode ahead a little, then doubled back beside her car. I looked down at her from my scooter. "Why do you not use that pig brain of yours and think? Which Fang do you think Fang International refers to?" That comeback felt incredible. After a full day of boring classes, I excitedly returned from school. Shen was the same as always, sitting on the couch and typing intently. The throw pillow in her lap hid her ample curves. I raised a brow and gave an order. "You are cooking tonight." "I cannot cook." "Then learn." "That is right." I needed to use my authority as her landlord to keep her in line. Was the landlord supposed to cook for her too? "I can cook, but you have to eat whatever I make. If you dare cook it, I dare eat it." I straightened my back and followed her into the kitchen. Thoughtfully, I tied her apron for her. My hands instinctively slid around her waist from behind. The instant I touched her skin, her body gave an almost imperceptible shiver. Without the tissue between us, it felt completely different. The corners of my lips slowly curled up. It was simply wonderful. "Fang's you." She called me by my full name again. With a hint of warning, my hand slowly moved. "Stop talking, or I will kiss you." Shen froze, and her ears reddened again. She turned and forcefully shoved me out. Click! She locked the door from inside. HMPH. What a petty woman. The heavy thuds of a cleaver striking the cutting board echoed out. I could hear them clearly through the door. If I remembered correctly, there should have been tofu on that cutting board. Though Shen looked like a truly terrible cook, I had faith in my taste buds. Even as a wealthy young master, I was not picky about food at all. Flames from stir-frying kept flashing against the glass panel in the door. At first, I did not think much of it, but when thick white smoke drifted through the crack under the door, I knew something was wrong. Had World War III broken out in my kitchen? "Shen I shouted for her, but got no response. Had she passed out in there? The handle would not turn. I grabbed a chair, ready to smash the door down. Suddenly, Shen burst through the door, coughing through the thick smoke. She grabbed my hand and ran outside. "Run. It is going to explode. Emergency crews arrived quickly. Thankfully, there was no major fire, but one kitchen wall and the ceiling were blackened with soot. The kitchenware was scattered everywhere, as if the room had been shelled. I had prepared myself for her terrible cooking, but not for her blowing up my kitchen. With her back to me, Shen silently scrubbed the wall. She scrubbed the whole wall into an even shade of black. I could not help wondering. Someone from a family like hers could not cook, or even do housework. How had she survived this long? How many homes could she possibly afford to blow up? I crossed my arms and got down to business. This wall of mine was custom designed by a famous European designer. It was very expensive. After a long silence, Shen spoke evenly. Name your price. Making you pay would be too difficult for you. I lifted her chin. Let me touch your waist as compensation. Then I will pay you instead. I refused without giving an inch. That designer might not have any availability. Then you'd have to take out a massive loan to compensate me, and I would not pay it back for you. After another silence, Shen silently untied her apron. She closed her eyes as though resigned to her fate. Go ahead. Finally, I got to touch her waist properly. My kitchen had not been sacrificed in vain. I patted my face. I summoned every ounce of focus I had. Shen was tense. Clearly, she was unfamiliar with this sort of thing. Just as I thought. She was such an innocent college girl. I tried to reassure her. You can relax a little. She turned her head away, her expression hidden. She wasn't willing, but she did not resist. At least she seemed willing to make amends. As I touched her, I suddenly found her obedience strange. She was not taking every chance to needle me like before. People can be awful sometimes. Give them an inch, and they take a mile. Seeing that, I cleared my throat. Why do you not pretend to be reluctant? Just reject me a little. Shen shot me a puzzled look. Then she spoke without mercy. No sense of romance. An idea came to me. My hand slowly moved lower. Shen suddenly seized my wrist. The corners of her eyes were slightly red. Thanks you. Do you really like this so much? My gaze was utterly sincere. This is exactly what I like. Wife. Shen went still at that. Then she pushed me away and hurried into the bathroom. I cannot be bothered with you. I am going to shower. When I came out of the bathroom, Shen had returned to her usual self, completely absorbed in her computer. I leaned over, annoyed. You love that computer so much. Who are you so absorbed with on that computer? She turned the laptop toward me. See for yourself. You are coding. Is this your homework? Shen shook her head. It is a project. Once it is done, I will submit a bid. I was a little surprised. You make money from this? Shen looked upward and thought for a moment. Then she answered vaguely. If you put it that way, I suppose so. Heaven is on my side. Resting my chin on my hand, I wagged a finger at her. Just wait, Imperial Consort Shen. Your good fortune is yet to come. I arrived punctually for Friday's family dinner. Before leaving, I specifically told Shen not to go out that night. I would bring home a big gift. When I arrived, my stepfather, Renyi, sat at one side of a round table. The seat of honor was still empty. On the other side of the table sat someone I never expected to see. Renyi stood to welcome me. Zhu, sit down first. Your mother is still in a meeting. She will be here shortly. Okay. Confused, I looked at Lin Jin. Who is this? This is Lin Jin, your older brother. He should be called Fang Jin now. Renyi smiled with satisfaction. My mother, Fang Ruoheng, is a renowned leader in her industry. That is why I took her surname from birth. Lin Jin was also a Fang. So was he part of our family too? I frowned at Lin Jin. I had only seen this kind of long-lost child plot on television. But Lin Jin looked as though he wanted to speak and could not. No. Renyi spoke first. Then, his words exploded beside my ears like thunder. You and Qianqian were switched at birth. Qianqian is Fang Ruoheng's real son. After he turned 1, Qianqian was sent to an orphanage. As for your biological parents, we have not found them yet. This is the genetic parentage report. If you want, we will keep helping you find your parents. When the paternity report was placed on the table, I finally understood that I was a fake Fang family heir. Renyi said Lin Jin was Fang Ruoheng's biological son. 23 years ago, we were switched at the hospital. After turning 1, he was sent to an orphanage. He had only recently been found. I looked toward the seat of honor. It was still empty. Renyi had clearly said my mother would come too. The dishes were all served, but Fang Ruoheng did not even call. Lin Jin sat across from me, his fingers pressed against the edge of the report. Several times he tried to speak, but Renyi cut him off. Zhu, do not overthink this. Blood is blood, but we raised you all these years. We will not throw you out. No sooner had he said that than he followed me to the door. But the house, car, and cards all belong to the Fang family. Qianqian has only just come back. We have to make things right for him. Move out for a few days first. When your mother is finished with work, we can discuss it again. First, He said they would not throw me out. Then he asked me to hand over everything. That was quite an artful form of comfort. At least he let me preserve the dignity of leaving on my own. I nodded. I will stop using the cards and move out tomorrow. The car is already in my name. I will repay the Fang family its market value. Forget the car. Where would you get the money now? I will have money once I sell it. I did not wait any longer for the mother who had promised to come. I opened the door and left. My phone vibrated repeatedly in my palm. Primary card deactivated. Secondary card frozen. Even the authorization to handle the property had been transferred to Renyi. They moved as quickly as if they had rehearsed it. I did not delete the alerts. I screenshot each one and emailed them to myself. Then I put the black card I had used for years back on the table. Lin Jin followed me into the hall, trying to hand me the paternity report. Uncle Jia brought the report. I only found out today too. Renyi called out to him from behind. Qian gives you a few days of peace. Do not provoke him. He was the first to suggest throwing me out, yet now he was arranging peace and quiet for me. I did not blame Lin Jin. I only tried to save the testing agency from the report cover in my phone, but my phone had died long ago. Beside a stone pillar outside the restaurant, Shen stood there with her arms crossed. When she saw me, she waved her phone first. 10:07. Where is my gift? I had promised to find investors for her project, but forget investments. I could barely afford next month's rent. The gift is that you need to find a new place to live. Shen did not understand. I told her about the paternity test, moving out, and frozen cards in one breath. A few hours ago, I was a rich second-generation heir. Now I was an unemployed young man of unknown parentage. That apartment is not mine either. Pack tonight. Go back to the dorm tomorrow. Shen asked only one question. Do you want to stay there or move somewhere else? Of course, I wanted to stay in the old apartment. I looked at her. But what good was wanting it? The deed was not mine to decide. She did not comfort me. She lowered her head and sent a message. Then she flagged down a taxi. Once we got in, she dug a charging cable out of her bag. She plugged in my phone. When the screen lit up, apart from bank alerts, there was no call from Fang Ruoheng. Shen saw it, but said nothing. She only rolled up the window. When we got home, the delivery had just arrived. She had ordered 2 bowls of congee and put one in front of me. She did not touch the other one. Eat first. Your luggage will not grow legs and run away overnight. I really had not eaten all day, so I did not stand on ceremony. After getting home, I packed through the night. Shen sat on the sofa coding as usual. It was as though she could not hear my zipper opening and closing. I could not help reminding her. Do not forget to take your computer tomorrow. The dorm power cuts off early. Save your project beforehand. Without looking up, I know. Do not leave your clothes behind either. You are so picky about apartments. Your next landlord may not let you blow up the kitchen. This time, she finally closed her laptop. Fangs you. Go to sleep. We are about to split up, and you still care when I sleep. Before I went to my room, she left the entryway light on. Whenever I came home late, I had always thought she forgot to turn it off. The next day, I wheeled the suitcases out of my room. Shen was drinking coffee at the dining table. Not only had she not packed, she had ordered breakfast for 2. Why have you not left yet? No rush. Just then, the doorbell rang. I thought the Fang family had come to take back the apartment. Before opening the door, I even pushed my suitcases aside. But the realtor outside walked right past me. He went straight to Shen Miss Shen, the purchase contract is ready. If the amount is correct, please sign here. Shen turned to the final page. She signed her name cleanly. The realtor put away the documents, smiling 8 times more warmly than when we rented the place. Congratulations, Miss Shen. The ownership transfer is complete. From today on, you are the new owner of this home. Standing between my 2 suitcases, it took me a while to process it. You bought the apartment? Yes. Where did you get the money? Shen lifted her coffee. Tenants should not ask about their landlord's business. Those words sounded awfully familiar. Before leaving, the realtor handed her the new keys. Shen removed 1 key and put it back in its old place by the entryway. I did not change the locks, and I did not delete your fingerprint. Those words were more direct than any plea for me to stay. I immediately pulled my suitcases back. So, can I still live here? At last, she looked up at me. You can. 2,000 yuan a month. Wear shorts at home, and I'll knock off 500 yuan. Skip the outer layer, and I'll knock off another 500. I stared at her for 2 seconds, then immediately reached for my jacket zipper. Shen nearly choked on her coffee. Fangs you. What are you doing? Trying to get the lowest rent. Do not take it off. She grabbed a throw pillow from the sofa and hurled it at me, but her ears had turned red. I caught the pillow and finally laughed out loud. Shen turned her face away. She pushed a new lease across the table. 500 a month. with no weird conditions attached. Pay it after you find a job. She gave my earlier teasing words right back to me. Yet none of those conditions were actually written into the lease. At the bottom of the lease was an extra handwritten note. Shared use of common areas. Knock before entering the other person's room. The girl who had blushed furiously when I teased her about rent 2 days ago had now set clearer boundaries than anyone. So, where did the money to buy the apartment really come from? In advance on the project, she answered quickly, but her phone lay face down on the table. Just as I was about to press her, dozens of new messages suddenly flooded our class group chat. Someone had posted my paternity test and card suspension notices on the campus forum. The title had only one line: Fake Fang family heir thrown out on the street. He started selling his belongings last night. News that I was the fake heir spread across campus overnight. The account that posted it was from another city, yet the photos were taken outside the family dinner. They even listed the exact time I wheeled out my suitcases. This was not student gossip. Someone was watching me, determined not to let me live in peace. I screenshot the post, the account, and the posting time. Then I backed everything up to the cloud. One photo showed Renyi's car, but the license plate had been deliberately cropped out. I saved the link to the original image. I asked the platform to preserve it along with the crop history. When I entered the classroom, Zhaoyao was sitting in my seat. She slapped a bank card onto the desk. I heard all your cards were shut off. Be with me, and you can charge whatever you want on this card. Everyone around us held up their phones, waiting for me to embarrass myself. I started recording before sitting across from her. How do you know about my family? The campus forum is going crazy over it. Who does not know? The post came from another city, but the family dinner photos were never made public. Before reposting it, did you not ask who gave them those photos? Zhaoyao's smile stiffened for a moment. Stop trying to scare me. You used to have the right to act high and mighty. What do you have now? At least I still have the right to reject you. Zhaoyao pushed the bank card closer to my hand. What good is talking tough? After selling your car, what will you eat next month? The cafeteria. The cheapest meal cost 11 yuan. That is a better deal than dating you. Someone in the back could not hold back a laugh. She was about to lose her temper when the doorway suddenly went quiet. Shen walked in carrying her laptop. She stopped directly beside my desk. At home, you call me your wife every other word. But at school, you pretend you do not know me. Everyone in class raised their phones even higher. Her words left me stunned too. Shen picked up the bank card and glanced at it. Then she handed it back to Zhaoyao. Take your offer back. If Fang's you needs money, he will earn it himself. He does not need you using a card to buy him. Zhaoyao sneered. You can barely support yourself delivering food, and you think you can stand up for him. Shen did not rise to the insult. She only looked at the recording screen on my phone. Did you save the evidence? The post, photos, and recording are all backed up. Then let us go. She took my hand and led me out. As we passed a trash can, I casually tossed in the bank card Zhaoyao had forced into my backpack. Camera shutters erupted behind us. This time, no out-of-town account needed to make up a story. The entire classroom saw Zhaoyao using money to pressure me. They also saw Shen shut her down for me, face to face. After we left the academic building, Shen finally asked what I intended to do. It was not serious enough to call the police, but secretly filming me and leaking private information were enough for the school to act. I handed the materials to my advisor and campus security. I also asked the platform to preserve the poster account's login records. After that, only then did the humiliation over that bank card finally pass. But I still had to earn my living expenses. Shen and I found part-time jobs at a bakery near campus. On my first day, I delivered 3 coffees to the wrong tables. Shen was even worse. The manager told her to close up and turn off the lights, and she casually unplugged the refrigerator too. We did not earn a cent and had to pay for the boxes of mousse. The manager stared at the powerless refrigerator and asked if either of us had ever set foot in a kitchen. I pointed at Shen She has. She even blew up my kitchen and got it renovated. Shen stuffed the damages bill into my apron pocket. You spilled 3 coffees too, so do not act like a professional. I crouched by the back door, doing the math, and could not help sighing. Maybe I really should find myself a rich girlfriend. Shen hand paused as she wiped a cup. Wait a little longer. Wait for what? She did not answer. Near the end of our shift, a woman in a suit suddenly ordered 100 cakes. She specifically said it was on Shen recommendation. The manager could not stop smiling. He immediately waived the damages we owed. When I went looking for Shen in the back alley, I heard the woman call her young lady. Shen expression darkened, and the woman immediately corrected herself. Miss Shen, the project materials will be delivered tomorrow. I watched the woman walk away, then looked back at Shen You moonlight as a role player too. A wealthy heiress and her assistant. Next time, hire me. I will play along for an hour free of charge. Shen stared at me as though she wanted to explain. In the end, she only rubbed her brow. The next day, the campus forum was flooded with posts about a motorcycle worth over 300,000 yuan. That bike, with its old decals torn off, was the very one Shen Buyu rode every day for food deliveries. When I got back, I asked her, "Is that motorcycle yours?" "Yes." "Where did you get the money?" "I bought it a while ago." She would not say anything more. The black card, the apartment, 100 cakes, and that motorcycle. She brushed every question aside with just 2 words: the project. I had just gone broke. What I feared most was not struggling alongside her, but that she was taking on debts I knew nothing about to keep up appearances. I transferred this month's rent to her, then left her a message. "I've sent you the money. Let's not contact each other for now. We can talk once you are willing to explain everything clearly." That evening, I dragged my suitcase toward the dorms, but Lu Zhaoyao's sports car was blocking the road outside campus. She got out and blocked my way. Her morning smile was gone. The school called me in for a talk. "Did you report me?" I did not argue. First, I sent my location to campus security, then started recording. "Move. Block me again, and I will submit this video too." Lu Zhaoyao reached for my phone, but I sidestepped her. I pushed my suitcase to the entrance of a roadside store, making sure its security camera could clearly capture her face, while giving her no chance to grab my suitcase. It is 9:14 tonight. At the east gate outside campus, Lu Zhaoyao has blocked me for the second time and tried to take my phone. Once I stated the time and location to the camera, Lu Zhaoyao was the one who panicked. She raised a hand to hide her face, though she kept cursing. 2 black executive vans pulled up beside the road. Shen Buyu stepped out of the first one. Only an assistant and a lawyer followed behind her. She did not let anyone touch Lu Zhaoyao. She first came over and checked my recording. Only after confirming the video was intact did she hand over her business card. Campus security arrived at that moment too. I gave them the original video and location record, along with the recording from that morning. The lawyer only added an inventory of the evidence. Lu Zhaoyao glanced at the lawyer behind Shen Buyu. She did not dare reach for my phone again. Shanghai Group, Shen Buyu. This morning, you asked whether she was worthy of standing up for Fangzhu. Shen Buyu withdrew her hand. Do you still need to ask now? Lu Zhaoyao stared at the Shanghai Group logo on the card. She took half a step back. That morning, she had mocked Shen Buyu for delivering food. But that evening, in front of campus security and a lawyer, she had to explain why she had repeatedly harassed someone protected by Shanghai Group's heiress. The cash-strapped campus beauty became Shanghai Group's heiress overnight. Lu Zhaoyao stared at the card, speechless for a long while. I was not doing much better. Shen Buyu had her lawyer take over the evidence about the confrontation and secret filming, then picked up my suitcase herself. "Come home. I just blocked you. That is why I came to find you myself. I even thought you were drowning in debt." Shen Buyu stopped walking. "Fangzhu, the advance payment for one of my projects is enough to buy that apartment. That motorcycle was my 18th birthday gift, and the black card is real. Then why do you spend only a little over 600 yuan a day?" "My father and I have an agreement. I will not use family money while I am in college. I have to achieve something through my own projects. Only then will he stop forcing me to return and inherit the company." She showed me the bid confirmation. The money for the apartment came from a software project she had just won. The order, tax forms, and transfer records were all there. I had mistaken her for being vain, but she never used her status to pressure me. Is everything clear now? It is. There is one more thing. Shen Buyu placed the apartment key on my suitcase. Whether or not you agree to date me, you can keep living in the apartment. The rent will remain 500. You do not have to trade your home for an answer. She might have money, but she had no intention of buying my agreement. I clipped the key back onto my keyring. Then let us talk about us. Standing beneath the streetlight, Shen Buyu asked me directly, "You once asked whether you should find a rich girlfriend. I have money, and I like you. Will you consider it?" I glanced at the suitcase in her hand. "Can you waive the rent?" "No." "Then give me 2 more seconds to think." She turned and walked away. I immediately chased after her and took her free hand. "I have decided, wife." Shen Buyu did not pull away. She only tucked our clasped hands into her coat pocket. The executive vans followed slowly behind us. No one honked for us to hurry. The video of Lu Zhaoyao blocking me and the source of the secret footage were soon traced. She was disciplined for harassing a fellow student. The Lu family also came to apologize in person. She did not take anyone's business away for my sake. She simply had her lawyer handle it according to the evidence. On the day of the apology, Lu Zhaoyao still tried to blame the campus rumors. I laid the 2 videos and the platform's records on the table. "You did not post the rumors, but you forced that bank card on me, and you were the one who blocked my way. Someone else's wrongdoing does not erase yours." After signing a written promise, she never came looking for me again. As for the earliest post on the campus forum, the platform records showed that the login device came from an apartment registered under Renyi's assistant. Throwing me out of the Fang family was not enough for him. He also wanted to ruin my reputation first. I backed up the records and screenshots separately, waiting for a chance to confront him face to face. 2 weeks later, Shen Bayu's project company was officially established. She landed its first major contract. Then she invited me to a business gala. I had not been idle either. The money from selling my car was enough to live on. I used what remained to build a campus second-hand marketplace. I started with computers and cameras students wanted to sell on consignment. Shen Bayu handled the technical side. I handled inspections, pricing, and customer service. Neither of us let the other become dependent. I had not wanted to go, but when I saw Fang International on the guest list, I put on a suit anyway. At the gala, I spotted Fang Ruoheng and Lin Jin from across the room. Renyi stood between them, smiling as if nothing had happened at that dinner at the Jia home. I did not approach them. I turned toward a side hall instead. Someone inside was on the phone. We have acquired nearly enough shares. Fang Ruoheng's secretary has been bought off too. Once the personnel changes are announced tonight, it will be time for new leadership at Fang International. I stopped, but did not open the door. First, I started recording. Then I photographed the staff ID and private room number outside. When the caller mentioned Renyi's name, I uploaded the audio to the cloud at once. I forwarded it to Shen Bayu and Fang Ruoheng's private numbers. Then I found the event security team. I asked them to preserve the hallway footage outside the side hall. Security would not preserve it based on my word alone. I showed them the official filing receipt for the leaked secret footage case. Then asked Shen Bayu, as a partner of the event host, to sign the preservation request. There were 2 copies of the document, and I kept one. Only after all that did I return to the ballroom. Shen Bayu had already finished listening to the recording. Your mother had been investigating for some time. All she lacked was the timing of tonight's deal and a witness. How did you know? When Renyi went to Shanghai Group to discuss a partnership, he brought Lin Jin along and introduced him to me as a potential match. He said the Fang family had only one son, yet he refused even to mention your name. She immediately sensed that something was wrong. Following the campus posts and suspicious acquisitions, she traced everything back to Renyi. After Fang Ruoheng received the paternity report, she also discovered that someone at the company was secretly acquiring shares for her husband. Neither of them wanted to alert him. They waited for him to bring all his accomplices into the open. Before the secretary on stage could announce the personnel changes, Fang Ruoheng suddenly took the microphone. The big screen did not display the appointment list. Instead, it showed the flow of funds, the source of the leaked footage, and the waveform of tonight's recording. In the side hall's security footage, that staff member handed a document envelope to the bribe secretary. The timing matched the recording perfectly. Renyi tried to leave, but Lin Jin blocked the exit first. He handed Fang Ruoheng the identity statement Renyi had forced him to sign. Renyi promised to help me find my biological family, on the condition that I cooperate in driving Fang's Yu away. I did not sign it. Those words stripped Renyi of his last excuse that he was acting for his biological son. The final image was the staff member's identification, which I had just photographed. The smile vanished completely from Renyi's face. Since last year, my husband, Renyi, has been courting shareholders in my name, forging documents and attempting to transfer Fang International's assets. Fang Ruoheng looked toward the audience. The relevant evidence has been handed over. Everyone involved will also be investigated. The ballroom doors opened. The police led Renyi and the bribe secretary away. As he passed me, he still tried to protest his innocence. I handed the investigators the platform records for the campus post, along with evidence of malicious rumors and leaked personal information. Fang Ruoheng stood on stage and looked at me for a long time. There is one more thing. I have indeed found my biological son, Lin Jin. A blood test cannot erase 23 years of a mother and son bond. Fang's Yu will always be my son, and he will always retain his inheritance rights in Fang International. Every camera in the audience turned toward me. I did not walk onto the stage. I only raised my phone and showed her the private number I had just saved again. When Fang Ruoheng saw the number on the screen, she lowered the microphone and nodded at me. At least next time, she could call me directly. After the gala, Fang Ruoheng waited for me in the lounge. The paternity test lay on the table, along with photo albums spanning my entire childhood. She did not rush to compensate me with shares or money. She only explained that so-called family dinner first. I had no idea Renyi invited you. I was in a closed-door meeting that night. My phone and schedule were both handled by my secretary. By the time I received the paternity report, he had already canceled your card and told me that you could not accept the change in your identity and had moved out voluntarily to clear your head. It was only when I received notice that the property had been privately listed that I realized something was wrong. Shen Bayu happened to send someone to buy the apartment and ask about me. That was when the two sides finally compared stories. I did not come looking for you immediately. Fang Ruoheng pushed her phone toward me. It contained messages messages she had already drafted, and several appointments her secretary had cancelled. I wanted to uncover the mole inside the company first. I was also afraid that contacting you suddenly would make Renyi realize that we were suspicious. This was my choice, and it was also my mistake. You do not have to forgive me. I did not answer right away. She had truly been busy all these years, but she had never missed my birthday. She also remembered that I do not eat cilantro. Whenever I was afraid of the dark, she would move her meetings home. One report could not change any of that, but that night, I sat beside the empty seat of honor and waited for her. That was real too. From now on, call me directly if anything happens. I deleted the work number on her phone, the one her secretary had taken over, and saved my private number instead. Let us stop having other people speak for us. Fang Ruoheng's eyes reddened. She reached out and hugged me. This time, I did not pull away. She then took out a share transfer agreement. I did not sign it immediately. If this is compensation, I do not want it. It is not compensation. Fang Ruoheng turned to the page containing the board resolution. These shares were originally held in your trust. They were only frozen temporarily because Renyi forged an authorization. Now I am simply returning what belongs to you. After reading the documents, I handed them to a lawyer for review. A mother and son can reconcile, but the accounts still need to be checked page by page. Lin Jin had been waiting outside the door. He handed me the original report he had obtained, along with records of Renyi's contact with him. Renyi told me to call you my older brother that day. He said that was the only way to make you feel like you were unwanted. Lin Jin had never intended to take my place. He grew up in an orphanage and was suddenly brought into the Fang family. He had not had time to understand what was happening either. I placed the records he gave me into an evidence bag and sent him Fang Ruoheng's private number. Like me, he should not have to keep hearing about this family. From Renyi, Fang Ruoheng told him that his surname and where he lived were entirely his decision. This case of switched children should not create a second person who gets cast out. On the first weekend after the case was resolved, I returned to the Fang residence for a meal. There was no elaborate welcome feast on the table. There was only Fang Ruoheng personally overseeing for dishes and a soup from the kitchen. My portion had no cilantro. A dish was placed in front of Lin Jin, filled with the chili sauce he often ate at the orphanage. No one asked anyone to give up their seat. No one arranged the seating according to blood ties anymore. After dinner, Fang Ruoheng asked what we wanted to eat next week. Lin Jin did not dare answer. I ordered braised pork for him first. He lowered his head and shoveled rice into his mouth, but he could not hide the smile at the corners of his mouth. Lin Jin did not change his surname right away, nor did he move into my old room. He returned to his old school to finish his studies first, then went to the Fang home for meals on weekends. Fang Ruoheng gave him a key and handed another one back to me. I accepted it, but did not move back. The key meant I could still go home. It did not mean I had to live in that house again. Renyi was suspected of forging documents, embezzling assets, and leaking private information. The case quickly entered investigation. The slanderous posts on the campus forum were wiped clean. The platform issued a notice of its actions. Zhaoyao finally behaved herself. I did not move back to the Fang home. That little duplex had a kitchen once blackened by smoke, an unfinished banana split, and a lease for 500 a month. I felt freer living there. My second-hand trading platform gradually started getting orders too. When my first profit came in, I paid all my overdue rent at once. Then I sent Shen Buyu payment for the boxes of mousse. She returned the mousse money and accepted only the rent. Her note read, "Kitchen damages are separate." One night, I was looking through Shen Buyu's computer when I stumbled upon a photo from a gala years ago. In the corner, a boy in a white shirt was looking down as he opened a packet of spicy snack strips. It was me. "So, you knew me before that elective class." Shen Buyu closed the laptop. For once, she looked a little awkward. We met once during the summer in high school. At that gala, everyone was busy exchanging business cards. I was the only one who thought the food was terrible, so I hid by the window to open my spicy strips. She remembered me and returned to China to attend the same university because of it. "So, when I borrowed your meal card, you already knew my name." "Yes." "Then, when I confessed, you still rejected me. You said you liked me because I was good looking." Shen Buyu glanced at me. "I wanted to know whether, beyond my face, you could discover anything else about me. So, you were so little every day. Was a test too. That was because of the ridiculous rent terms you set." Shen Buyu picked up a throw pillow. I immediately changed my tune. I gave it some serious thought. "You can also blow up a kitchen. Fangs you. You can code, buy a house, and leave the door open for me. And you know to ask where I want to live first." Only then did she refrain from throwing the pillow at me. The black card, the meal card, and how she called my name before even hearing my introduction. Now it all made sense. A month later, Shen Buyu placed a new contract on the dining table. I opened to the first page. There was no rent listed. Instead, I saw an appointment form for marriage registration. Beside it lay a ring and the apartment key. "When the lease ends, we will not renew it. We will change our relationship instead. Fangs you. Will you marry me? A new property deed was tucked behind the appointment form. The house was still in her name alone. She was not tying our marriage to property, nor using her wealthy family to pressure me into saying yes. She had bought the ring herself, yet it was exactly my size. Clearly, she had prepared for this proposal, far better than she had for her first kitchen disaster. I picked up the pen, but did not sign immediately. Just as her brows drew together, I slipped the ring onto my finger. But first, one condition. After we are married, you cannot charge rent based on how much I wear. Deal. And if the kitchen breaks, you cannot make me pay it off with my body. Deal. All right, then. I signed my name on the appointment form. Wife.